Hello, it's Chaplain73 here. Thank you for joining me again for another interview on my channel here on YouTube. I'm here today with Curly, and he's going to tell us all about him. Hello, Curly. How you doing?
Hi, how you doing? You all right?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. So first of all, for those who don't know, tell us who you are, what you do, and where you're based.
I'm a Curly, graffiti artist, branched out to being a street artist. I'm from Darwin in Lancashire, top of the A still. When I'm not doing graffiti, I work for the NHS. Should be working now, but I've actually got the day off, so I'm enjoying a nice Sunday roast, enjoying the snow, staying at home, you know. When I'm doing my artwork and that, I attend most of the festivals, like what we do, Tamworth and Cheltenham, but I'm also trying to get local awareness and get my own festival up over in Darwin where I can invite you all over to my place. You can go and paint around my ends for once. At least then we can show our own artwork off, innit, to another audience that don't know about us.
Yeah. I mean, it's great that so many artists are getting on board and arranging events. It's just brilliant. It gives lots of opportunities for other artists, but lots of opportunities for local artists to get involved and showcase their talents, which is always a good thing. So having said that, what advice would you give to anybody who wanted to start out as an artist in this day and age?
Not to give up and to keep going at it, be persistent with it, not to get you can get down from people rejecting or asking for work and you give them a price and they don't get back to you. You just got to understand that they've got to cater for you and they're asking for you to do the artwork. So the right customers and the right people will come along at the right time. So you just got to keep at it, because I give up a long time ago. I wouldn't be where I am now. And you got to sometimes think, well, if I don't do it, no one else will. You've got to lead that first foot in front, because if you don't, then you won't get any further. So yeah, keep at it.
Yeah. I mean, sound advice. I mean, it can be quite disheartening as an artist, can't it? All that rejection.
Yeah, I mean, it helps out if you've got your own type of art flair, because I mean, we've all got our own style, and once you've developed your own style and you keep it to yourself, you'll know yourself anyway. Commissions are always based on other people's ideas and other people's designs, and you're trying to cater yourself to design the envision that they've got in their head. But you've also got to keep yourself and make sure that you do your own artwork that you like to do, where there's no effort in it and you enjoy creating and breaking away from normal things, so you can go and just do a little piece or a bit of a landscape of grow building or something different that you can not only learn from pushing yourself out there, but you learn to adapt into your own artwork when you come into a live piece. Don't just do the one style, do as much as you can and learn different techniques, because a lot of us learn from the streets, and I think learning from the streets you learn more because you don't get taught what's right and wrong. You've got to learn it yourself. So you make the mistakes first and then you progress from it. So yeah, it's an hard one, that one. But I do think self-progression, the more you do, the more you get better, don't you?
Yeah. I mean, practice is definitely something, and watching other people work is a great thing. I've found by going to the live events and stuff, actually seeing other artists working, you can go, oh, so that's how you do that, or oh, so that's how they get that effect, or whatever. And it's just really useful.
Yeah, you're not nicking their ideas. You're just seeing how they've done it and thought, oh yeah, that's a good way of doing that. You adapt.
Yeah. I could utilize that way of doing it, but do my thing, but by using that technique or whatever.
Yeah, with your own little style on it.
Yeah. And I've spoken to other artists who are, quite big name artists now, who have said, a lot of what they do now, they've learnt from watching other people who they admired when, 10 years ago when they were first starting out or whatever. So yeah, definitely something to be learned. It's constant learning, isn't it?
Yeah, you can never learn everything, can you?
No, definitely not. So what's been the highlight of your work to date? And if someone was to come up to you and say, right, I want to see a Curly piece, what piece should I go and have a look at to get a flavour of what you're all about?
That's an hard one, that. It'd have to be Cheltenham piece.
Yeah,
the neon piece, because that back then my Crown wall, that's the biggest thing I've ever done, and doing something for free and then watching it progress and the community come out of it. But that's a different aspect of it. That's my biggest achievement. But my best piece, I think, with that neon one, because it was two designs because it was 30 years of graffiti in England and it was 30 years of raving and being like up in Lancashire and Blackburn, the rave culture up here and being a ravey baby because I'm 33, well, I'm 33 now, like, so it was nice to put that into a piece, you know, and to use neon as well, which were like a style that I was using that year. So yeah, it was good to do two pieces in one and to go, because I forgot to set my blue light. So when I got down, I used an LED torch and an Evian blue bottle lid. And I went down at night to see what it looked like. And there were a bit of a crowd, a couple of kids and that. So I did it and they were really like chuffed with it. And I thought it was worth that effort to go down and see what the finishing product were. But I always make a mistake of not finishing my pieces. I always forget something.
Yeah, I mean, it's great seeing how people respond to a piece as well, isn't it?
Yeah, because they come over to me and they said, oh, because I jumped the fence because we had that little tape out and that, and they said, oh, you're not going to do over it, it looks really good. I said, no, yeah, watch this, and that's when I put light on. Everyone's like, whoa, so I thought, yeah, it's a good thing to put there, you know, and I thought they'd come down to do a bit of damage themselves, like they weren't, they'd come down to respect the artwork. So yeah, usually you've got to be pretty quick when you do an event, either get robbed or they get done over, so for it to stay for a bit, it's nice to see the artwork, especially in certain areas, to stay for over a year. You know, so yeah, it's good to have something that you can put up that shows like some effort and skills put involved, and to like make it shine, but then to still see it later that people still enjoy the artwork and leave it for it to show. Like, so yeah, it's good like that. That's the biggest one, especially with it being put in the calendar and that. So yeah, nice. And with them artwork, never get old.
And the Crown piece, tell us a bit more about the Crown piece.
So I work for the accounts during the week for the NHS. So we process everything from incoming, outgoing, payroll, the lot. So we look after all that. And where I was saying about being persistent, it's taken me 7 years. Originally I went to Crown because it's only down the road. It's at headquarters on our doorstep, like, and I've had family history of people working there. So I went down to produce a spray can range. So I thought I'd use their colours. And it's logistics. They can't make it in Darwin because they make all their paint in Belgium now. So I kept going. He kept saying, keep us in touch with what you're doing and that, and how you're progressing. So every year I'd just go down with a little portfolio. This is what events I've done. And I kept telling him I want to do my paint range. And they had a Union Jack that they painted for Queen's Jubilee on the side of the wall. And they were saying it looks a bit dated. And with COVID coming around, they wanted to like be the first to put a big rainbow up, you know, and to say thanks and appreciation for NHS and key workers. And women being local and being the artist, it's been like pecking their head for a bit. They thought it was a good chance for me to get on. But when I was working with them, I didn't realise they painted a lot of Hull because they got a site over there. So they did an estate. So they already like knew about artists in street art already. So for them to know that, give me that little step, you know, to do the canvas for them. And they knew I worked with NHS as well, so it all ties things in one. And it took us 2.5 weeks from drawing up the first draft, doing it with, you know, getting all the designs sorted out, getting the scaffolding up. I used 75 litres of paint. I'm hand rolled it, and paint brushed it, didn't use a spray can, all by eye. What was it, 50, 60 hours in total, all weathers. And it went like wildfire. The locals, like, they like to have a talk. So next thing, I even had a crash. I got scaffolding there, crashed outside because all locals coming around checking it all, like, you know, papers come. Next thing I know, there's a crowdfunding page going, and there's 1,600 quid have been raised, you know, for Food Bank and for Women's Institute and that, for all those in need for COVID, for first lockdown. So it really did get the community together. So yeah, it's for something that I just painted, for me to show this is what I can do for the town, and to say thanks and that, and to help Crown say thanks, and then to see how much the community got involved. Because the little area that I did the wall, they're saying that in fact it used to be a rose garden, like a communal area. So they've spruced it all up, and they started doing COVID distance 2 metre love art stones, you know, BB rocks. Yeah. So they put BB rocks on all the grass, and all the kids went down on the rest. You know, for your hourly walk, they paint a rock at home and then go and put the rock down. So yeah, it'd be nice. And then everybody's painting up all back gardens and back alleys, and everyone's cleaning the area. So yeah, a good community incentive that come from a bit of paint, you know. So locally, and to get it put in, I was surprised. I mean, Telegraph, BBC, stuff like that, you do get local media, but then for it to go on to what we call Dunya TV with World News over in India. Oh, like, I can't believe that. It's on World News in India, and it's a little town in Darwin. So, yeah, it was good to see something that so small can progress so big. You know,
Yeah,
and that's where you've got to keep at it. You never give up.
I mean, I loved it. I thought it was amazing piece once it was completed. I liked watching the progress of it, and I just thought, yeah, that's what it's all about, isn't it? It's about community. I love the fact that art and community is so interlocked. You know, it's just art brings people together and brings communities together.
Yeah, yeah, it does. Especially around here, I've done a lot for the community in the past year. It's been good.
Yeah. I mean, it has been a common theme in a lot of the interviews that I've done. Artists, people want to create things to bring a community together, and it definitely does that, doesn't it? So if you could spend 24 hours with any artist, living or dead, who would you choose, why, and what would you get up to?
Normally I'd pick Bob Ross, but I've had to think about this. Yeah, Neil Buchanan, because he's an elusive character to get hold of. Like, you know, we all have to stalk someone. Well, I've been trying to tell Neil Buchanan he's my inspiration with Bob Ross when I was a kid, you know, watching Art Attack. And I know he's only from like Mersey, so he's only local to me, really. Can't find him. As much as I can find, he used to play guitar, and he went into, I think he had a band after he did Art Attack. But yeah, I think he'd be a good person to, especially if he likes music and that, right? You know, should be a good night out with him. And yeah.
There were rumours that he's Banksy, weren't there? So.
Well, yeah, that's the other thing as well. Heard it last year, like, which it does make you wonder, because the thing I'd want to do is one of them massive artworks that he does in the fields. You know, where he just pulls like anything out. Yeah, makes it into a piece of artwork. Yeah, something like that would be fun.
I do remember watching Art Attack and just being amazed by him. He's very
talented. Yeah, he made artwork look easy. Yeah.
And I think he introduced a lot of young people to art. So.
Yeah, there needs to be a program like that back.
Yeah.
Or bring Neil Buchanan back with Art Attack. I'm sure he'd do all these sketch again, wouldn't he? I think it was meant to be on a shoestring as well, that program.
Yeah, it must have been. I mean, it was just he'd just get a load of old junk, wouldn't he? Spread it out on the floor and turn it into a picture of a man in a tractor going across a field or something.
What he's recycled that week.
I'm sure you'd have a great 24 hours with Neil Buchanan.
Yeah, it'd be different.
That brings us to our final question. What are your plans for the future? Have you got any projects that are on the go or on the back boiler that you think are going to come to fruition this year?
I'm trying to get the council to let me have the wall at the bottom of my street where the leisure centre is, because I can fit 50 of us there, and then we can run it alongside Darwin Live, which is a music festival. So, like, depending if we can get out of lockdown, you know, I'd like to get back to festivals like we do, you know, do the annual ones, Cheltenham and Tamworth and Kenilworth, like, do my own festival. I've got a project with the anti-money lending team that is like, because I get in loan sharks. So when working with local community in the school, a couple of teenagers from college, they're designing the mural and doing the flyer, and then it's like a nationwide campaign. So we're looking at putting their flyer on a wall, gable ends, 50-foot mural, to target loan sharks, basically, to show that there's an awareness that people are out there to get, obviously, people that lend money illegally, and also to support them so that they can stop doing and asking for them, you know, get them out of them avenues that they're stuck in. So that's a good target to go for. Like, that's a different project. And it's something local that I didn't realise until I started looking into the projects and dealing with them, how much a bigger issue it is. Yeah. You know, so yeah, that's going to impact a lot, which is for the better as well, like, you know, so everyone's going to benefit from it. I'm just going to wait and see. You know, I've got a couple of jobs to do with Crown. So, see what happens, innit? 'Cause we're a bit stuck at home.
We have, but it's important to have things like plans for the future, isn't it? Important.
Yeah, I mean, this year I'm just going to wait and see what happens because I'm still working 5-6 days a week. I'm stuck at home with that, like. So if I get an invitation to Summit and I'm allowed to do it, I mean, it's like they want us to go to Amsterdam, don't? Well, Holland, Netherlands as it's called now, for summer camp. I'd love to do that because we said we'd go out there. I was meant to go down to Cornwall to go and see Pinches, you know, so I could come and see you a lot because we do a little tour. We go and see all our mates every year, and it's been nearly 2 years since we last seen everybody. Like, so yeah, it'd be nice to get back out and about, but we're a bit stuck at the minute, especially up here. We've been on lockdown for the past year, more or less, in and out. T3 lockdown, T3 lockdown. So yeah, I need to get back out.
Strange 12 months, hasn't it?
It has, yeah. Not been on holiday in 16 months, 17 months. Not got a tan. No, I used to go down south to get a tan. Oh, we get his rain. You know, so yeah, it'd be nice to get back out on festivals.
Yeah, definitely. Well, hopefully see you at a festival this year, and even better, hopefully we'll be able to see you at yours.
Yeah, that's the one I want to go for this year. Is try and get everybody up here. You know, it's be good. Guided to a Crown, get a lot of paint. Doing massive. I want everybody to do a production. We've got about 60-70 meters of wall, and if we put all of us on the line, I'll do it all rainbow colour. We can do a massive production, and it's like that's our centre point, you know. So yeah, that's the intention.
Ideal. Well, it's been lovely talking to you and finding out a bit more about what you're up to and what you've been up to. And thank you for spending the time with me here today.
Welcome. It's been nice.
Good. That's what I like to hear. If you like what you've heard today and what you've seen today, then please subscribe to my channel below. Just hit the subscribe button. I'm hoping to interview a load more artists over the coming year. So please just hit subscribe, and then you'll get notified when I produce new interviews. And that's all for today. Thank you very much.